Hi friends, welcome to Network Path. In this video, I will show you how to configure a DHCP server locally. And the DHCP server that I am gonna set up is on the router. And this will be a very basic scenario in which all these devices will come under same network. That is why there will be no network segmentation or any sort of VLANs. And I'll show you the configuration that I've done beforehand in the switch one. See, these switches are connected by single links and all are in VLAN 1. And I will set up a DHCP here that will provide IP addresses to PC1, PC2, and PC3. Right now, I am not giving any IP address to switch 1 router or switch 2, or there is no default gateway, or there will be no DNS as well, because we are not going to get out of this network, or there will be no internet breakout. Everything in this scenario will constrained to this network only. So the DHCP server will only require a pool and IP address range, and that will be sufficient. I'll show you the configuration of all these switches. These are multi-layer switches. So this is we are in the switch one. So what I have done is there is port one turned on, port two, and port five. So the configuration is only about uh, turning on these ports administratively. So port 5, 1 and 2 are turned on, and there is no configuration apart from this here. And in the router, there is configuration related to port 5 and port 6. So no shutdown, no shutdown. And there is description only apart from that. And similarly in switch 2, this switch is uh, and this we have turned on the port number 3 and port number 6. Apart from that, no configuration is done. And you have to make sure the same thing, that there is no blockage, there is no blockage to the traffic that is going to pass through this network. And I wanted to make this clear again that this is a single network, there is no segmentation. So even if you run a DHCP server on switch 2, it is going to work, or if you run DHCP server on switch 1, it will be same thing on either of the device. But I am going to set up the DHCP server on router, right? So let's start. So you should be in the configuration mode to create a DHCP server on the switch. You have to write DHCP server. You have to mention in which VRF you are going to create this DHCP server. By default, there are two VRFs created in every switch, most of the switches, I would say. And these two are default and management. This time I am configuring the DHCP server for the default VRF. Okay. Now, after creating the DHCP server, we have to see what all options we have available in this list. So next thing that you have to create is a pool, right? You have to create a pool and name it. I'll name it uh, PC pool. So this pool is going to distribute IP addresses to all these PCs, right? Now there are three PCs, so I'm going to create a pool of three IP addresses, because these number of IP address will be sufficient. And if you're not aware about the command line interface of any of the switch, you just have to press question mark, and you will get the switch will, or the router will suggest you the commands that are available. So the first thing that I'm going to do is set up a range. Okay, so range will be from 10.0 uh, 10.0.1.1, right, to 10.0.1.3. So three PCs are there, and range will be 3. Okay, and apart from that, we could give it a DNS server or default router, but the traffic is not going outside this environment, so we do not need a default router or DNS server here. Okay. uh, After configuring the pool, you have to enable the DHCP server, and every pool that you have created will start distributing the IP address as per the request it gets. Okay. Now let's confirm by looking at the configuration. Okay, so we have created this PC pool which is going to distribute these IPs. Okay. And I have opened all of the three PCs now to test. But before that, one more configuration, one more command is left, and that is we have not yet created any network. Now, this is our environment, and we have created a pool, but that pool needs a network, right? These three PCs should be in one network, right? So let's create a network for that. And I'll create a network by creating a switched virtual interface. And this is how it is done. The face VLAN will one will be our network, and we have to give it an IP address and a subnet mask. Okay, now you can write this configuration to startup config so that you do not lose it in case of power failure. Right now, our configuration is done. Now let's go to our PCs. Let's start with PC1. First of all, you have to go to network connections and you have to turn on the adapter. Okay. Now, after enabling the adapter, you can see that this adapter has got an IP address from network 2. To confirm, I'll show you using the CLI. IP config. Okay. You can clearly see it has got an IP address of 10.0.1.1, which is from the pool that we have created. See, this is the first IP address from the pool. And to check if it has got IP address from this very DHCP server, you have to write this command show DHCP server leases, right? And VRF default. Okay, so this PC has obtained an IP address 1.1, right? Now let's go to other PCs as well. Go to network connections and enable it. Enabled and network 2. Okay, let's go to router and let's see what is the progress. Okay, now PC2 has got IP address that is 1.2, and similarly we can do it for PC3 as well. Now PC3 is struggling to find an IP address. Let's see what is the configuration inside here. So it is obtaining IP address automatically, but still not got an IP address. If we go to command line and see IP config, it has not obtained any IP address yet. Let's try disabling and enabling it again. Still, it is not able to find any of the IP address. Let's go to switch 2 and find out if there is any problem. Server PC3 is connected on switch 2 on port number 1/1/3, and we have to make sure that port 6 and port 3 is turned on. So port 3 and port 6 is turned on. Let's go to router. So these two are on. We have to make sure that 5 and 6 of the router are on. Let's go to router and show running config. The port 6 of the router is on. So there should be no problem. 116 going to switch to ranges 3. Okay, it has got IP address. I think there was some delay. I do not know why, but it has got IP address now. So you have to, you know, find find out or work around by disabling and enabling the network adapter, and it will obtain an IP address. Now, if you again try to see the lease, so all the IP addresses are requested and provided to these three PCs. Now, if you try to add one more PC to this setup, let's say in switch 2 or switch 1 or even on the router, so the fourth PC is not going to get any IP address because we have exhausted our pool. So this is how you can configure your on DHCP, your local DHCP server, and provide IP address to your PCs. Okay, in the next video, I'll be creating segmentation. By segmentation, I mean I'll create VLANs and I'll put PC1 will in some other VLAN and PC2 and 3 in some other VLAN. Let's see in the next video how it goes.